going on, everyone? Frelin Art, Subprime Hero. I'm here with Lou Ramirez,
the car guy. And we are here with the one, the only Jimmy Lewis.
Socks is what I call him. So this is Jimmy Lewis, folks, or as I call him, Jimmy Socks. Jimmy Socks' nickname comes from his socks. He loves to wear really fancy, crazy socks. He always had crazy sock game. He's been doing the sock game since before people were talking about the sock game.
That's right.
I'm talking decades.
He started the sock game.
Yeah, I see people, sock game, and Derek Dorsey, love Derek Dorsey. Hope you're doing well out there. But Derek Dorsey, he did the sock game. But true talk, Derek, this cat right here has been doing the sock game since probably, a minute. Not saying that you haven't been doing it a minute, but he's been doing it a minute too. He don't call it the sock gang. He just calls himself Jimmy SOX.
Socks. That's right.
That's right. So real name Jimmy Lewis. But I love the dude. He's like a brother to me. We're happy to have him in the cafe. What's going on, Jimmy? How you doing this morning?
I'm excited, man. I'm glad you guys had me on. I remember a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, this was just a thought. And now here I am sitting in this awesome studio with you guys. I mean, this is cool, man.
It is. It was just a dream. It was all a dream, right? But speaking of dreaming, car guys, car gals, do us a quick favor. Tag a car guy, tag a car gal. Get them inside of this cafe. Share. Make sure that they know that we are Brewing Solutions and that you are too. And if they need something to upshift and uplift them as they go do what they do, they need to get them some Car Guy coffee. So do us a quick favor. Share this around. Make sure that everybody knows what's going on. And check out these quick messages from our sponsors. I hope you guys are sharing. You got more messages coming. Share.
Better share. The share is caring.
Tag them.
Share is caring.
Let them know.
Make it happen.
Special message.
He said special. I said special. That was special.
Special. Message that Car Gal Coffee will be joining us soon.
Good morning. So I want to throw some quick shout outs for all our special guests that are here throwing out some love. We got Michelle Street. What's going on, Michelle Streets?
Car Gal Coffee gal.
Speak to the Car Gal Coffee. Now we got a Facebook user that says Good Morning Roasters. I'm not sure exactly who you are.
Thanks, Facebook.
But what I can tell you is I appreciate you. No doubt about it. Tag us, send a message, let us know your name.
Let us know your name. Drop it in there.
Then we got Michelle Street.
Jimmy, right?
Jimmy is little misspelling. It's Jimie. But yes, much love. Michelle knows Jimmy. Michelle's had a chance to meet Jimmy a couple times. Really cool down in Orlando. We are so happy to have him here in our cafe.
Where we
love
the electric slide.
Yeah, and then we got I was Dougie's socks when I was at the store. How funny is that? Dougie's socks. This is Douglas. Love it, man. Love it. Then we have Evelyn.
What up, Evelyn?
My sister. No share button. There's no share button if you're in our cafe. So if you're in a cafe, all you have to do is get out, go to either my Facebook page or the Car Guy Coffee Facebook page, and you can share. We don't allow sharing out of the cafe because I want everything that goes in there. If you put it in there, you don't have to worry about it being shared or embarrassing. It's a spot for freedom for you to be able to share your ideas. Put out videos that no one else. This way, no one can make fun of it. If you don't feel comfortable with it, we can just help with you. So that's what it's all about. Excited. How's everyone this morning? I'm doing great, Evelyn. Thank you so much. She goes, I need one of those hats, Fred. Evelyn, we're going to be sending you a big care package real soon, just so you know. But I didn't want to give out too many. I don't want to spill too many beans. Yeah. But I definitely want you to know that there is some love coming your way. We do appreciate you, Evelyn, in more ways than you know. Thank you so much. And then Terry says, mic's on. Yeah, mics are on, brother. Everyone else is hearing us. I know Jimmy's is on too. I've seen his. I've been watching. So we're good to go. Yes, there he is, Brad. Can you see me now? I can see you, my friend.
Can you see me?
You all look so good. Thank you. I know, I try. Hey, just roll out of bed, put a hat on, literally.
I woke up like this.
Lou showed up here this morning, and I was already up, but he usually shows up about 15 minutes, 10 minutes before the show, not 30 minutes for the show. But he opened up a room in the clubhouse this morning, and it was really cool. We've been talking about it, and actually, I was going to bring it up when he got here, but he did it before. So it's like our minds were on the same level, right? So he did a Brewing Solutions clubhouse. Great news meeting. That's right. And it was really awesome. So he came in, he was doing that while he showed up. So I opened the door and I'm literally just in my boxer briefs with my hand up like this. How you doing, Lou? Welcome to the cafe. Because I just got out, because I was sitting there talking with my wife, and I sleep. I probably shouldn't get too deep about it, but I sleep in my undies. I don't put a shirt on. I get too hot at night. If I put pajamas on, I would sweat right through it. I already sweat enough with just tight. No, not tighty white. I don't wear tighty white. But you know what I mean. Boxer briefs. Get a visual. So anyway, great time. Lou shows up, so we did that. We're setting it up. Jimmy gets here a little bit later, so everything is rocking and rolling. We're real excited about everything that we're getting ready to go through. So this morning's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna introduce Jimmy. We're gonna ask him a few questions, have a little fun, and then move on with our day and have a lot more fun that way too. So appreciate everybody for coming on, commenting, and doing all this great stuff. If you have questions for this young guy right here, he looks a lot younger than he is. This dude's actually super old. He's like, what, 53? I'm just kidding. He's not that old. He's 39. He turns 40 this year. So I keep forgetting it's 2021 already. Yeah, but so crazy. 40 does come quick. My brother turns 40 this year also. He turns 40 in March. And my wife doesn't turn 40 till next year, so she's still a baby. So look good for rolling out of bed. I know, I try, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. I just brush my teeth and I put some, I pull my hair back, put a hat on. And
that's the swag, guys.
Throw on that swag. It's the car guy coffee swag.
Definitely got to forget Focus Fly, Keep Growing shirt.
By the way, Richard wants one of our white pullover ones that we wore that day. Richard Delancey, he was like, man, I like that a lot, so we're going to have to go out and find. Now, Richard, keep in mind, if you're watching or if you do see this later, that we got those shirts at a store, so we're going to have to find something similar, because they're probably already out of stock. So we'll find you something. We'll get you a white pullover that has our logo on it, man. We'll make that care for you. Gotcha. We got you, Richard, Mr. Man himself. So let's keep it going, folks. So this morning we got Jimmy Socks in the cafe with us. Jimmy Socks is, been in the business for a very long time. I mean, a couple decades himself. He's seen all different types. He's done everything from sell cars, manage clean cars, to manage a team that cleans cars and takes care of used car. Right now is what he does. He's a used car manager. So he goes around, he makes sure our inventory is right. He does all this stuff. He actually took a pay cut to do this because he wanted to try something different, because he was selling cars, and we all know when you're selling cars, there's a lot of money involved in that, right? So he went ahead and said, hey, I'm going to quit selling. I want to do this. So he did. He took over a job that we had somebody else doing that we was not doing it well, and we had to replace him. And Jimmy was like, I'll do it. Sure. So he did. He came in. So he's still part of the team. He's always going to be part of the team. He's family to us. So we're glad to have him here this morning. So Jimmy Lewis, man, we do this 5-liner with everybody. I'm going to hit you with this 5-liner this morning. Okay. And this 5-liner is 5 questions that we ask everybody. And the first question is always the same question. It's what's your why? What's your purpose? What makes you wake up every day and say, you know what? I'm going to go into work today. I'm going to do my best. What is that?
My why, I think, is like a lot of people's, man. It's for the family. I started at a young age having kids. I had my first kid at 16 years old. Right. So I had to grow up and learn how to become a man real quick in life. I ended up getting with my wife at 18 years old, and we moved in together. So I had to learn how to take on the household at 18 years old. Yes. So a lot of it just had to do with, like I say, family, growing up, learning how to become a man. That's definitely my why.
Dude, that is a great why. Now I know why he's saying that it doesn't sound good. I'm going to have to switch to this, and it's probably going to sound better. So thank you. Actually, I should have double checked that when we started. Now I know why Terry's like, is your mics on? Because they are on, and they're going through our system, but they weren't going to you guys. So hopefully this sounds a little clearer for you guys, to include Jimmy's voice, to include Lou and I's voice. I know we're very loud anyway.
Can you hear?
But Jimmy, you're talking about that purpose. Why is that purpose such a big deal to you? You know, like when you think of that and you're sitting here and you're going, my family, you're doing this, what inside you, what about it? Why do you want to be that way for them?
Because I'm the man of the house. I don't want to see them see me fail. You know what I mean? And failing when you have a family, that's just not a good look. So it's just to show them that, you know, every day getting up, doing the right thing, having that drive, that's the way we're supposed to live. I've got a son that's 10 years old. I want him to look up to his father and know that my dad was motivated every day to go to work. And I am, man. I never wake up, you know, feeling like, oh man, I don't want to go to work this day. That's not what I have to deal with in my life. And I'm so thankful that I have a job that I love waking up, going to help people fix their situations. And I deal with that literally every day. I enjoy doing that. So.
Man, that's definitely, I can I assure you there's plenty of people throughout the audience that are listening when this is released on the podcast, and those that are watching live that can relate, that wanting to make sure that they were there for their family, that they were handling that for their family is key. The one thing that I do know about you is your servant mentality to not just your family, but I'll correct that. Everybody turns into your family. Mm-hmm. You start serving the people around you as if they are family and trying to make sure that they're in a better position, trying to make sure that they have what it is that they need to be taken care of. Again, you know, Fred touched it, that you took a pay cut to do what it is that you're doing to help the overall mission of the dealership go to the next level, so that there's value to be brought in every transaction that happens, that the people that the car buying coaches are actually gaining a little bit more when they sell the vehicle, and that it's taken care of right, and they don't have to get their focus turned into different directions. You're serving them, knowing that you could do differently than them, but your attitude of service is that, hey, somebody's got to actually step in and do this, and you're always the one that is the one volunteering. And that's something that I've always honored ever since I've known you. I mean, we've been connected for years. Yes. And seeing the different ways that you show your character in every aspect, whether we're in a dealership in St. Louis or we're revamping a store here locally, you've always found your way to get in there and add flame to the fire. And that's something that we've always honored. And I'm sure that anybody out there that has looked at your children and felt the accountability that comes with wanting to do better for them than what was done for you can relate to that. I know that I stopped cursing, like stopped using bad language ish, right? Whatever somebody interprets as bad language, I stopped dropping F-bombs, right? I mean, not saying I didn't slip here or there, right? But when I heard Michaela's heartbeat, the first time I heard, I was like, whoa, it rocked my world. And from there on, I wanted to try to say, well, what am I doing with my life? If I don't make it as a rapper, what am I going to do with my life? You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? I got to do something. And that's where
he can rap, but he definitely wasn't going to have a career at that. That's for sure. The boy can drop some rhymes, but career? Well, you know what? I shouldn't say that, because Lou's still young. Lou might still turn into a freaking, you know, you never know. You never know. You know, one day the world might want an old guy who can rap. And when they do, they're going to come to Lou.
Oh, they do want him. They're the only ones that really can anymore. You know what I'm saying? All the MCs that are out right now, they're the only ones that can rap.
I am with you. I mean, but we've all witnessed Lou's rap. We just, you guys just don't realize that he's rapping. He's always constantly putting in words that come on top of each other that are just, here's a rhyme that goes with this rhyme that goes with this rhyme. And if he's not rhyming, he's putting like the first letter. Everyone's a P and everyone's an F. So he's always finding a way to get his mind to freestyle out language. And what I mean by that is that we all are very talented when it comes to speaking. Like if you're good at like being in front of a team and having meetings, if you're good at this, you actually probably would be a good freestyle rapper if you put it together, because in order to do those types of things, like I know that if I probably put the work in, and I'm not saying that, maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably 100% wrong because I can't rap at all. But I freestyle every day with my quick brews. I freestyle.
Talking?
I'm constant freestyling, and I do sing talk. Yeah, I do sing talk on top of words, but you know what I mean. Like it's a special thing that you have when you can do that kind of stuff, when you can come off the top. But the thing is that in order to come off the top, whether it's freestyle and rap, whether it's freestyle talking to people about growth, when it's freestyle talking to people about buying a car, all those things come with confidence, right? You got to build some confidence up. So learning good words that rhyme together, that's how hip hop artists, freestyle raps, they get together, they write word after word that just sound right together. And then they comes off the top for them. So that's practice making perfect, right? And it's the same thing when it comes to dealing with people and you're trying to help them grow. If you're training somebody, even if you don't have something written down to train them on, you just need a topic. If you have that topic and you understand that topic so well, you can go through that and break it down into pieces without even realizing you're doing it because you're so passionate about it, right? It's just like a good hip hop artist. And then you get down to where you're trying to just, talk to people. And when you're talking to people, it's the same thing. When you're telling people about your knowledge, it's you only talk about what you know. When you talk about what you know, it's so much easier for you. So that being said,
but that's hip hop.
Freestyle
hip hop. That's where my judgment in hip hop is. What is that artist like grabbing a mic and freestyling against the other?
Say word.
So inside of my comparison of some of the greatest are, what would it look like if they each grabbed a mic and went head to head? In the car business, we are giving everybody word tracks to have that snapback when something is said to them that you all know. You've heard a close happen from somebody that's shutting down a car deal, a strong, straight to your face truth drop, and a customer take it and everybody move back like it was a dope rap line. Like, oh man, that was strong, son, man, that was good close, man. And those word tracks are what we try to keep using and formulating to keep the language moving in the car business. But maybe that's why I did enjoy this business and transitioned into it good, because we were given the words, we were given the rhymes, we were given the deliberate verbiage needed to move the needle and win that conversation, which is just like a rap battle. But speaking of that, moving over, because man, Jimmy here, we've shared a lot of talks, hip hop culture,
dude. They're daring you to freestyle, Lou.
No.
They said freestyle. Let's go.
No.
Hold on.
We may not. Oh man, that's
not even the right beat. Can't do it on that beat. Gonna freestyle for you. I'm gonna freestyle sing for you.
We can sing.
I'm gonna freestyle everything for you.
We can sing.
Cause that's what I freaking
We
do.
got Jimmy.
Jimmy sucks.
We're gonna just brewing with you.
That's right. Come on now.
Share this around.
Do it.
Tell everybody what's going down.
We're seriously silly. We don't care.
Nope.
I got all this freaking long hair. Woo-hoo. We're freestyling. That's so dope.
We just
Oh. Woo. All right. Enough of that.
Man, that was
But
fun.
I'm sorry. That's probably what we just did. We just caused crickets. I apologize for that. But now really what we did was this. Cheer it on, buddy. That's right. Now, folks, just having fun this morning, getting you guys to wake up, and that's all it takes is just a little bit of goofiness to get that blood going. Every morning, every afternoon, get up and move around. A lot of times we get up in the morning and a lot of people have a good morning routine. They get up, they do their thing, but you got to have a halfway through the day routine too. You can't have when you get there and you get to that point where it's like, I'm stuck. I don't want to do this anymore. Well, you have to go change your environment a little bit. I choose when I'm at dealership, I choose to leave the dealership for about 30 minutes to an hour. And it's not because I don't want to be there and I don't love my team, and they all know I do, but I need to get away sometimes to let my body reset. It's like getting that energy. I go get me a cup of coffee, go grab some food, go have a conversation with my wife, go run over to my boy Wesley's house real quick, say what's up to him. There's so many things that I might do during that time to just get reset. So make sure you guys reset yourself every single day and you do that. So are we
Speaking
still on
of
question
reset,
one?
we just finished up question number one. That was a whole long talk. But we talk together all the time. Like, I mean, as brothers.
It's conversation.
So it's just a conversation, which is ultimately what we want to get out there with you all, a cup of coffee and a conversation about brewing solutions. But for the car guys and the car gals out there that want to know about this incredible guy right here, Jimmy Socks. Jimmy, what got you in the car business, brother?
My uncle got me in the car business. I ended up moving out at an early age. I thought I was grown, thought I knew it all. So he ended up taking me under his wing at 16 years old. And when he got with me, he told me there wasn't going to be no sitting around the house playing video games. I was going to have to, get out and put some work in, help pay the water bill, I think is what he made me pay. It'd be $20 back then. So yeah, he brought me to the dealership and I started cleaning cars at 16. That's how I first started. I did that for about a year. Within that year, I got too cool to get my hands dirty. So I ended up moving to the parts department. And I worked in the parts department for a year. And throughout that year, I would interact with the salespeople a whole lot, always go up front, saw how they would do business. You know, this was in 1998, so the car business was a little bit different. You have guys wearing suits on Wednesdays, you know what I mean? Rolex watches and rings. And I always just say, man, I want to be like that when I grow up. At this time, I had long hair, used to have braids like Allen Iverson, gold teeth in my mouth. I go talk to
That's a lie. This dude never had no hair.
I
He keeps saying he has hair. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I would go to the salesman and say, man, you know, I want to be like these guys and sell cars. He's like, you ain't ready yet. You're not a man. You got gold teeth, long hair, you know, and you're only 17. He's like, you turn 18, come see me. And I'll, you know, we'll revisit it. So on my 18th birthday, I went to him. I was like, man, I'm 18 today. I'm ready to sell some cars. No, you still got gold teeth in your mouth, still got long hair. You're not ready yet. So I went to my uncle. I was like, man, I want to sell cars. He said the same thing. Dude, you got to take the teeth out your mouth and you got to cut your hair. You look like a man. So we went to the barber shop. I got my hair cut off. He took me to Rich's and got a few ties and shirt. And I went back to the managers like, hey, I'm ready to sell cars. I think I'm a man now. So he put me on the floor, and that was history, man. I sold cars for probably about 4 years. I ended up moving to Savannah, Georgia, and became a sales manager. I did that for about 3 years. And in that process of me doing that, I met an individual by the name of Terry Bracy.
Terry Bracy
was a 20 car plus.
One.
He sold 20 plus every single month, man. This guy made, you know, bukus of money. And it would hurt my feelings to hand him his paycheck, and I was his boss, and his checks would almost be double what mine was. But he was a hustler, and he'd get out there and get it.
No doubt.
But he had some issues. We ended up having to let Terry go throughout some of the things that happened. And when Terry left, he went to another dealership, and that's when he ended up meeting Fred. And this was in 2006 is when he met him. So, man, in 2007, he actually ended up giving me a call and told me what he was doing. And he ended up faxing me over his paycheck stub. And that week he made some crazy money. Man.
You know what's up. Come out in a row with Fred and Lou or Matt, you're going to make some money. That's what happened.
He did in 1 week what I was doing in 1 month.
Man, that's exactly what happened to me when I went on the road.
It was crazy.
Lou invited me. Lou was like, hey, because Lou left about a month or so before me. And he was like, hey, dog, you need to come out here, man. It's for real. And I always knew it was for real. We've heard about it since the beginning of our career. Our Matt Damos was a road dog, and he pumped it up all the time. We were always like, man, but you had to be selected, you know, G&A or, you know, not G&A. Was it G&A? Yeah. G&A will come out.
G&A was running.
G&A will come out and you know, they recruit people only. So you got to be real good. So that made me step on my game because I was hoping that one day a team would walk in and be like, I want you. I need you. And I did. And what happened was we had those opportunities, not necessarily with G&A, but Lou and I would have teams come into our store and we would purposely shut them out. We would like make sure that their salespeople didn't catch ups. And I know that they were traveling and I know that they were there to help us, but we wanted to make it a point that our dealership was better than any road team. Our dealership was the baddest people on the planet. And we proved it every time people walked in. They're always like, dang, man, these salespeople don't joke. And I was a jerk about it, kind of, and I shouldn't have been. I kind of regret it a little bit, but not really. I used to like watch a guy walk towards an up and I'd sprint past him. If it was Lou, like on my own team from the dealership, I wouldn't have done that. But it was somebody else I didn't know. And he wasn't going to run to it. I'm going to run to it. And if he got mad, go tell your manager that I beat you to the up. Who's going to get in trouble? Right. Nobody but you. So go complain about it, right? So that's the way I thought. That's the way I was. And I know it's wrong to think that way. But I mean, I was young in the business and I was super hungry. And I was proving a point. I was proving a point that I'm a bad ass hustler, that I can close deals, that I could do this, and I could go out and do the things that people who thought and believed they were elite would be like, man, this dude's super elite, right? So, and that's what my whole mentality is, still is that way in a way. I wouldn't do that to people. I wouldn't run in front of up no more. You know, I wouldn't be, well, if I had to. But no, man, it's those road teams really did some stuff. And I know that Jimmy saw the same thing. And Terry Bracy, TB, as we called him, right? TB, different salesperson, but very good at his job. Very, always wore a suit every single day. That type of guy. Suit and tie. Didn't matter if it was summertime. Does not matter. He came in, looked the best that he could possibly look every single day. He had a passion for food too. He loved to cook. I loved TB, man. I miss him, man. You know, me and him bumped heads a few times. I was a young guy that come out and, you know, at the time I wasn't even, I sold cars with him a little bit. Then I went out and I started doing, you know, closing, and then I was the producer. So I was actually off the road for a while. So when I would come into a sale, sometimes I just show up to say hi. I would go in and take turns. Well, I remember TB got mad because I went in for a turn. And he was like, I don't need Fred going in for a turn for me. I closed it. So yeah, he did need me to go in for a turn for him. But at the same time, it's just because we were at the same level for a long time, so it was like for him to have somebody step up. He was an old school car guy. He's like, I could do this, right? And I respected that so much, but we were a team. So I was just trying to make sure deals were going down. But I love TB. I'm glad that he got you out on the road, which in turn helped us meet you. I would have never met you if it wasn't for that. So that's crazy. I forgot that the direct correlation was TB. I didn't realize. I forgot about that. That's how long that's been. I'm glad we asked that question. So
I'm pretty sure that my first roomie, or the first time that I met you on the road, was us being roommates. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Either that or it was the next time around. And then after that, it was just about every time we were out. Jimmy's my roommate. And it was always fun because, man, we could laugh.
Cut up, man.
Man, we can laugh. We got some stories.
Good times.
But
Good times.
Speaking of stories, the key thing that we always enjoyed doing, or I know I definitely enjoyed doing, was kind of win friends and then influence people when the car guys, the gypsies, would show up to the dealership until we eventually became them. Because knowing that people are going to be there, they're going to talk to a bunch of customers and not everybody's going to close. You wanted to have that guy that is like, hey, Lou, here's these extra people. So you got a couple car deals working. But inside of that, there's things that Jimmy always did out on the road that made sure to huddle a couple of car deals together and then have somebody else working one while he's trying to work one. And that's where me and Jimmy really started to click, was that we would be able to handle each other's deals, and then we would see money flow through. That's definitely how Freddie and I teamed up on the floor. We made sure that, hey, if you got somebody and one of my guys come in, or vice versa, whatever the case is, we're going to share them. We're going to make sure that we mix that up together. That's something that we definitely try to make sure that we encourage all of you to do. Use the people around you. Know that your efforts can be amplified if you don't try to hoard everything to yourself. If you don't try to make sure that you're the only one touching these leads, right? Sometimes turn it over to somebody else. Say, hey, I'll split this deal with you if you give them a call. Hey, I'll split this deal with you. I got this appointment coming through. Go ahead and talk to my guy. I encourage you, the more split deals that you have, the more people that are benefiting from the efforts that you do put in, the more people will actually help to pour into helping you benefit. If you want to really raise up, you got to raise up the people around you. And that's, again, something that Jimmy is a great champion of. And I'm honored to be here doing what it is that we're doing with our brother, because this was all the dream. And Jimmy's right here watching the whole thing grow.
Yeah, he's seen it since the beginning. He's seen me when I first said, hey, I'm going to do this podcast thingy. Right? The podcast thingy. I think we're going to do it. Yeah. And, then we made it happen, but I took massive action. And that was the thing. Like, as soon as I said it, I put it on the internet, started making shirts, started buying the equipment, started building the table that we're currently sitting at right now. I started painting this wall. I started building this chalkboard that we have behind us, using this wood around it. Is actually from a freaking crate that I took apart and just used the wood because it was old wood, and I just made it into a frame, and I loved it. It was fun. It was just something that I was building towards. But it also, because I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it, it made it so much more personal, and it made it to where I was not going to not do this. I have to do this. I put it out there. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And we do it. It's like anything I do. I'm going to start proclaiming everything. When you proclaim something, it becomes something. When you write it down, you put it in front of you, it becomes visual. It is real now. So make things real. Speaking of that, we're going to get to question number 3 with Jimmy. Jimmy Lewis, my friend. Question number 3 for you. Yeah. So question number 3 for you. I probably know the answer to this because it's probably similar to my answer, but when you're going through this business, we all have mentors. We have people that really stick out that helped us get to where we're at. There was somebody that you could say, hey, this guy really helped me become Jimmy Socks. Help me, we do it ourselves. Don't get me wrong, but he helped me with some words. He helped me. He gave me a direction that I never saw before. Who would you call that person? Who would that be?
For me, I have one person that stands out above the other, but I have to say there's 2 people in my life.
That's okay.
So the first person is Mike Ringer. He was my sales manager when I was at the Kia store in 2002. This was a guy that came to a store. He ended up buying into it. We were selling 20 cars a month when he first got there. He came in, told us his vision that he was going to sell 100 cars. Everybody laughed at this guy. Didn't think he was going to be able to do it. The first month he come in there, we sell 125 cars. The first month into this guy's.
That's right.
So I became a believer real quick in him. And not only that, I followed his process, his word tracks, his training, everything that he wanted us to do. So because of that, he believed in me as a young black man at 22. and
There
made
you
me
go.
a sales manager. And back then, in them days, it was just hard for a young Black guy to get a job like that where I was. So, and he trained me, put me through the JM&A, schooling, all that kind of stuff to help me become a better sales manager. So I had to say him first. And then number 2 is definitely Matt Damos. Because after I learned from Mike Ringer, I got on with Matt. Mike taught me how to basically give away cars because we was at a Kia store. And the more you gave away, the more Kia will pay you back. Matt Damos showed me how to make growth. So I never forget the first deal. I mean, I don't know if y'all talk numbers on here, but the first deal, he sold for me, it was a $5,200 front. I've been in the car business at this point for 8 years, 9 years, and I never in my life had seen that. So it was amazing that I could come from a Kia store where we would lose $2,000 on average. And then I get with this guy and he's making $5,200 on the front. It was just mind blowing. So he, said, you just start with me today. You hang around. I'll show you how to do this. And I literally hung around and he showed me how to,
That's
do
how
that.
Matt Damos
So it works.
does it to your ass. He puts that big gross in front of you and make you go get it, right? So and folks, please do not take big gross as a bad word. Because it's not. He didn't do anything illegal to make big gross. He just maximized every deal and every opportunity. And that's what Matt Damos does extremely well.
Programs. I mean, no matter what town we were in, he
key.
would know it, man.
Key. He would educate himself. Now, here's the thing about Matt. Matt understands programs so well that he understands how that, like, he knows certain programs, they're all very similar. So if a bank has a slight difference, all he has to do is input that into his brain, that slight difference, and it's there. He always has that. Now, here's the beautiful part, folks, for all you guys out there. Quick tip. All those rate sheets are on Dealer Track. So if you have any issues, all you got to do is pull it off on the dealer section and go in there and you can pull off anything you need to know. What's your percentages that you can do? What's this? It's all there. But Matt educates himself before so where any type of tweak, all he has to do is make the small tweak in his head. So he knows. He submits deals based off credit. He knows what banks are going to probably say yes or no. So he's going to send it to the ones that are probably going to say yes and the ones that maybe say yes, right? Then he'll send it to those. Then he'll find out which one's the best call. Now, you structure, a lot of people are like, oh, but these banks have different structures. Well, you do a blanket structure, right? You send it in, and I'm going to give a quick tip. You send it in, just know your program. So if you know that this bank allows more in the front side, like they allow more percentage, then all you got to do is get that approval, make that adjustment based off the payment call they give you, right? Hey, you could do this, but if you want to switch cars, this is the most payment. And if they don't have that in the call them. Hey, I might switch cars here, or I might be able to maximize this deal a little bit more. What is the max payment I can do based off of this tier? And the tiers will tell you like 120% plus this much back end and this, and you can make 2 points reserve, or you can make nothing, whatever it is. It's all inside everywhere. Know your programs. The more you know, the more you grow. So, and I love that. And I think that's great that you had that opportunity with Matt, 5 pound first time around. I know that feeling. Matt's put a lot of big pencils in front of me too. And I've definitely maximized a lot of my opportunities. There's been times I didn't maximize it, but I maximized most of them, right? Matt is a wizard at that. So kudos to your 2 mentors. And it's great to have that. I definitely, Matt's one of mine for sure. He's definitely in the top number 1 for me. He's been part of my life for almost 20 years. So he's definitely still mentors me every single day. I love the guy. He's doing some amazing stuff himself. And we're going to be trying to get him implemented into the Car Guy Cafe more and more and more. We just need to do it. That's the difference. But that being said, man, great answer. Lou, what you got for number 4?
I got first things first, everybody.
Oh yeah, we haven't
go
even
ahead
done
and
that.
make
Let me
sure
switch camera
that
angle for this
before we
too.
go
Hold
to
on.
we're going to jump on to the 4th question over here that my brother over here, he's already part of the lifestyle. We've done this many a times together, but we're going to go ahead and do it right here for all of you solutionaries that are out there and driving and watching. We're going to make sure that we are not weighed down by the weight of unforgiveness. Car guys, car gals, you all understand what kind of rejection it is that we receive inside of this industry. And you got to dust that off your shoulders. You got to make sure that that does not hold you from focusing on what it is that you actually have control over. And that's helping the people that want your help. There's plenty of people that do want your help. Don't let the people that rejected you stop you from helping them. And then once you get focused, you can fly. You can go way beyond your dreams. Growing. So let's do this together, gentlemen. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing. Keep growing. Yeah, get it.
You know what's up. So listen, folks.
Woo.
Now that we got that done, now I'm ready to do the show, man. Reset. No, but for real, I want to throw some shout outs because there's a lot of comments that we are not seeing on the StreamYard, but I am seeing them on Facebook, and I want to say hi to some people real quick.
Hello.
We got Nancy Benjamin saying good morning, Nancy. What's up, my lady, my friend? We also got Tremaine Nelson. You want to talk about an old school name right there? Show enough, son. Now, Jermaine moved down to Florida back, 15 years ago. He was working with us at the Kia store for a long time. Great young man. He's a great old man now.
Yeah, he's one of us.
Well, he's one of us, right? So congratulations to you. I know that you've been doing really good in your life, man. You look great. I appreciate you for coming on this morning, Mr. Tremaine Nelson, my friend.
Then we got on that Jesus juice.
Then we got Tina Kelly Overfelt. What's going on, Tina? TKO, my lady. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. She always calls me Hero. That's my nickname. She calls me. And then we got Sean Taylor. Wow, what's up, my brother? He says,
"What's up, Sean?
Look at these fellas, the finest in the biz, right here with the fire." Appreciate that, bro. I know you're doing some stuff out there. Keep that diff breed. We still need to connect. I just messaged him the other day about the shirt. I was like, man, we need to get the shirt exchange thing going. So I definitely want my shirts. One for me, one for Lou, and we'll get you hooked up with 2 shirts too.
Got you.
I got them sitting right over there. I even special ordered your beautiful size. So I got it for you, my friend. So I appreciate you for being here. And then we got Robin Wilson also in here saying leadership. Robin, thank you for joining us this morning in the clubhouse and helping us moderate that. And hopefully we can see you more often. I do appreciate you inviting me to all those other ones. I love your Wednesday with the Giants, and that's so much fun. It was so nice for you to always bring me up and always allow me to speak. I know yesterday I was a little busy. I was at work, but you allowed me to come on for a few moments and throw some positivity out. And that's all I'm about. So thank you so much, Robin, for allowing me to do so. Folks, we also got, I see him seeing now. Now we got Josh Howard on here. Josh, Mr. My guitar hero, right?
He is your guitar hero.
Yeah, that's my dude right there. So Josh, thanks for being here this morning. Also appreciate it. And there's so many other people that I could bring up. I got people that are on LinkedIn right now that are just saying a lot of nice stuff to us here too. We got Evelyn, we got Beth. Appreciate you for being here. Alex, wow. Doug, what's up, Mr. Thurston? He's making me thirsty.
Speaking of, he gave us an excellent review this morning in Clubhouse talking about the coffee.
My man.
And he didn't know that the package he ordered. So he actually made an order. He did buy a bunch of swag. I didn't see the order of the coffee, but we sent him the swag and sent a free bag of coffee to him. And so he got double the coffee, a double shot of it, and gave us just an excellent review. We were talking to some great people today that were drinking the coffee. If you want to brew solutions, get you some Car Guy coffee by going to carguycoffee.com and just hit up the coffee shop tab and you'll order some caffeinated consistency. But speaking of consistency, Car Guys and Car Gals, that's really the drum that we're trying to champion here, is that we didn't just get here by one meeting, by one conversation. We didn't build the relationships that we have just by having one event together. We developed a consistent relationship where we were daily finding a way to solve problems together. We were building relationships over the years. The revenue came, and ultimately that it was never as valuable as the friendships that we all have, the memories that we get to share together, and the things that we were able to grow up and go do as we matured and continued to consistently grow. Now, of course, we would say it again and again and again. We are creating the consistent method for you all to be able to apply to your business game. But consistency is key in any brand, in any sort of leadership, in any sort of message that you're wanting to put out there. The consistency of message is what is going to get you noticed, recognized, and actually producing on a consistent basis. When you find a coffee shop that you like, they make it the right way, right? No matter what happens when you're in town, right? Just like Priscilla, you're in town, have to go to get that coffee from that coffee shop because they are consistently bringing the right product. You have your favorite restaurants because they're consistently delivering the right product. But sometimes there's disruptors. Sometimes there's things that completely mess up what would normally be your consistent flow or the method of consistency that you have inside of your life. These turn into lessons. These sometimes become things that cripple people and they can't get past them. The great thing is that we are brewing solutions with Solutionaries, and everybody has a choice to today stop letting those things hold them up. Jimmy, what in your life has been one of the hardest lessons you've had to learn that may have disrupted you, that inside of your consistent flow and growth and relationship building. Ultimately, the main question would be, what is the hardest lesson you've had to learn inside of your career in the car business? Sip on that.
That I've had to learn inside the car business.
You all think about it too out there.
That's a great question, because that's like, we all have a lot of lessons, but what has been the greatest lesson? What did you mess up on the most, and then you fixed it, and it helps you grow? That type of thing.
So I remember I had a customer that was a mother of 3 children. She was making minimum wage. She comes into the dealership and she needed some help. I knew a way of helping this lady basically get financed, with her check stub, just kind of helping her out a little bit.
Right. So doing it in the gray area, you shouldn't be doing it in.
Should not have been doing this at all. No. But I felt emotionally attached to this lady. So I was like, man, I never had even did it before, but this is just the one time. I said, I got a way I can help you out. And I explained to her exactly what I was doing. So if she got a call from a bank, she can know how to talk to me. Well, this lady, she gets a call from the bank. And the first thing she says is, Jimmy told me to tell y'all this, and he told me exactly what he did. I don't really know, what to do here, but I'm just supposed to say what he told me to tell y'all. So when she tells this to the banks immediately call my manager and says, whoever Jimmy is, he kind of coached this lady on what to say, and, you're going to have to get the car back. So the manager calls me into the office, and he asked me, what exactly did I do to help Ms. Jones? And I didn't do anything to help Ms. Jones. What are you talking about? He said, well, the banks just called me, and they told me that we need to get the car back because you coached her and, did some things you shouldn't have been doing. He said, I never would have thought this of you, Jimmy. I looked up to you as like a son. He said, I'm very hurt right now. He told me, he said, this is your one warning. And he said, it's not worth, $200 for you to help this lady.
Right.
It was at that point that I realized, he's right. As much as I wanted to help this lady, it wasn't about the $200. It was just more about me helping this lady, but I did it the wrong way.
That's right.
And I was able to keep my job. So it was at that point I made that decision to myself that, it's not worth it in no aspect to help somebody that in that manner. Just do everything right.
It's a good lesson. It's a good lesson to learn, because, you do that too many times. The lesson you learn is prison time.
That's right.
Right. So, to have that and to be able to get that lesson taught and also understand without having real punishment for it. Right.
Real.
I understand that. I've been there, man. I know what that feels like. It's sometimes that and it's right. It wasn't about the dollars when you do stuff like that. A lot of times you just see these people and you want to help. But here's the thing. The best way to help somebody is just to be honest with them. Show them the light. Show them a path to purchase. This way they can know how to get there, even if it's not today. It's the only thing you can do. Here's the thing. We all want instant gratification. We all want that instant deal. We want that to happen right now. But sometimes things take a couple months. Sometimes they take a little longer than you expect, but there's a reason for that. It's also a way to humble somebody, like somebody who can just gets everything they want because people are doing all this stuff. That person probably won't pay anyway because they don't have any real attachment to it. They didn't put any work behind it to get to it. Right now, you help somebody, you coach them, and you give them that path to purchase. And this is what stuff that Jimmy learned. You do this, and then now this customer that you took a couple months to get this done, now they are going to make this payment because they had to put work in. They're not going to just get something that's given to them and just let it go.
And they appreciate you more for you guiding them down the right path, showing them the way.
And they don't have to sit there and feel weird about talking to a bank about some bull poo-poo, right? So I love that you had that lesson, man. It's a great lesson to have. I'm going to throw a quick couple more shout outs. This is another part of Facebook that we're not seeing. We got Brad Smith saying, no share, but I think we saw that earlier. We had Kelly Bird saying, good morning, first time viewer. Kelly, thank you for being here this morning. She says, freestyle, let's go. I happen to be a dope freestyle OG. Kelly, I challenge you to that. I want to see a video of you freestyling, and we'll for the challenge,
we'll spit back.
We'll spit right back.
Yep,
whatever beat you put it on and whatever rhyme you have, we'll come back to that, right? So let's make that happen. She also said, I just walked to school up a hill in the snow 5 miles. Then I realized I'm 46 and don't go to school. All right, Kelly, I love that. Then you got Adam. Adam says, good morning, everyone. Let's kill it today. You know it, bro. Every single day. That's what we do. We wake up and we brew. So, all right. Question. The very last one, Jimmy. I know you probably get sad here. It's question number 5.
Just like that.
So 5 question, Mr. 5. Now, everyone, when you go through this, we've talked about your why. We've talked about what got you in this business, who your mentors have been, what's been the biggest lesson that you learned, right? The one thing that we haven't asked yet is what's been your greatest reward? You know, of all this work that you put in and all this time that you put into this business and the people that you've met and the people that you've touched, what has been the greatest reward for you so far up to this point?
My greatest reward, I mean, my greatest reward is just being able to do for my family, to me, and seeing my family be happy. Man. I mean, like I said, that's why I live. You know, I just want everybody to be loved and to be happy. So whenever I see my wife and my children smile, that puts the greatest joy and happiness within inside me. So,
bam,
man,
that is it.
That is factual.
Yeah, shout out to my family because I know they're listening. I love you guys.
Yeah, we love you too. Oh, I love your family so much, dude. Mason's up here right now, right?
Yes, Mason.
So we got Mason. How did he like the snow?
He loved it, man.
Yeah.
First time to really be able to play in it. Yes.
Yeah, that was his first time ever. Living in Savannah his whole life, pretty much down in Georgia.
Wow.
And he came up here and he got to see snow, and it's pretty awesome. It is his mini me, literally. Jimmy's mini me, this Mason. He looks just like him. He's just a tinier version. He's a little smarter than Jimmy, though, but I like that. I love Mason. He's a very, very quick kid, and I'm looking forward to seeing him grow up even more around here, get into his teenage years, and seeing that happen. He also has 2 beautiful daughters. Oh my God, they're adorable. And he absolutely loves them. So he's very fortunate to have a family like he does. And his wife, come on now. Who doesn't love Panetta? You know, she's not only is she super cool, a lot of fun to hang out with, great personality, spunky. She's beautiful too. And Jimmy's very lucky because, as you all can see, Jimmy should not have a beautiful woman.
Yeah, but I had it since I was 17 years old.
And that was a joke. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you put the cheesy one. I didn't really mean that. But you know what I mean? We all are fortunate to have the women that we have in our lives. And you know, there's no doubt about it. You know, so the life that you've had and everything that you've gone through, I'm glad that you definitely have been encouraged by all these people. I'm glad that we're all family here and we're friends, and I'm glad that you got to come in the cafe. It's long overdue. You know, it is cool, man, and it's good to have you. I know you got to get to work here in a little bit, but you know, is there anything that you want to talk about before we bounce?
Man, I mean, no, not really. Like, I'm just glad to be here, hanging out with you guys.
Well, man, I mean, we have so much that we actually end up talking about when we kick off the cameras and the microphones. But for those of you that are listening, and for those of you that are hearing this, and for those of you that are finishing up this 5-liner with one of our greatest friends, Jimmy, I want to make sure that you all do pull together the things that Jimmy is talking about. So you can hear many other people say things, and then it comes to just another person that you're with on a daily basis that would be saying similar things, that their why is usually tied to the people that they value most. In the end, their reward is usually tied to the people that they value most. And in the middle of it, you are becoming the person you are because of the people that you're connected to. Remember, folks, this culture of relationship over revenue is what it is that we want to make sure that people understand. We're trying to beat the drum and champion out there. Car guys, car gals, listen, this industry has seen so many challenges. It's had so many different growth spurts and then growth delays. And now we are inside of a place where everybody, it seems as though, is turning on their spidey senses to make sure that they find out what is the next best way for them to have growth and be somewhat pandemic proof, recession proof, to be I have the wrong personnel proof, you know, whatever it is that has been the biggest challenges. Right now we're able to all come together, mastermind, talk to other people about what challenges they've seen and overcome, find out what their hardest lessons are that they've learned, find out what it was that got them involved, connecting them to the business and the mission that they're on. But folks, we encourage you all, turn into the leaders, not the slave drivers, right? This is a business that has had so much of a negative approach to the way that we try to keep people close to us. And by doing that, we would say, we would whip them into gear. We would try to drive them like they were like they weren't really people that were joining into the mission that you have. I want to encourage you all, break that mentality. These people that join onto your mission, join to help make sure that you're growing and you're getting better and everybody's getting better. What Jimmy's able to do is jump into a dealership wherever he is in the country and be able to find places where he can help improve, and everybody benefits from that. And he's not saying, hey, look at me, look what I did. He's not saying, hey, make sure that I get my credit for that. In many case scenarios, he'll relinquish the credit. In many case scenarios, he'll put himself in the most humbling position to where even if the credit never gets to him, he never chases it. He never tries to seek it out. And this is something that helps to make sure that other people always still know when they really need something, I need to give Jimmy a call. When they really want to get something done, I need to give Jimmy a call. And that's a humbling attitude. I'm humbled to be able to have the friendship that we have with Jimmy. And as if I get very wordy about it, folks, so be it. This is our show and we'll do what we need to do.
Dang right.
But we need to get on in Brew Solutions at the dealerships today. So you all, car guys and car gals that have the mission before you, make sure that you're valuing the people that you're around. Like putting out the messages out there to the people that you honor. Fred made sure to highlight that yesterday. Did a great video. If you guys didn't get the chance to see it, go check that out. Making sure that you do put out good vibes to people. You may be the only positive interaction they have today. Well,
Facts.
make sure that if they have an interaction with you, it's positive. Period.
Damn.
Just make sure that that's part of what's inside of your cup today. Car guys, car gals, thank you so much for Brewing Solutions on the Car Guy Coffee podcast.
Yes.
This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And this is Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero. Woo-woo! And we are here with my good friend, my brother, Jimmy Lewis, Jimmy Socks, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm so glad we had you here this morning. Jimmy rocking the t-shirt, looking all good. That's a size extra
He's
small.
One of the first to buy
it's crazy.
He would have got a free shirt from us, but he supported the cause, and so thankful for that.
Yeah, he got a blue one from us and all that. Dude, it's pretty cool. And he'll be leaving here today with a Keep Growing shirt. I don't think.
That's
Do you have one of those
right.
yet? You do. What do you have? The white one or black one? White one. Hopefully, I got a black one I can let you leave with. But anyway, that being said, man, I'm so glad to have you here, man. Appreciate you. I know you got to get to work and start grinding it out. I am off work today, so I'm going to be spending some time with the familia. And I'm going to do my thing. I do got to finish setting up the rest of this cafe. I've been running wires, trying to make it a little bit cleaner and tighter. And we're going to get this going. I want to get some stuff to put onto this television here soon so we can keep it looking good with all our sponsor logos constantly flowing. We're going to get that going soon, folks. It's growing. We are going to keep growing. You all need to keep growing, and don't let anyone stop you. Don't forget to forgive, focus, and fly, because if you don't forgive and have all this weight of unforgiveness on your shoulder, you're not going to get anywhere. Let that shit go. I threw a cuss word out there, but that's okay, because that's what you need to do. Let that mother freaker go, right? Let all that unforgiveness go so you can be happy and focus on your future and fly to where you need to get to flying to. Folks, I'm Fred Lenartz once again, the subprime hero. I'm here with Lou Ramirez and Jimmy Socks.
Jimmy Socks.
And we're enjoying life, and I appreciate you guys. Keep growing.
Hey, keep doing what it is that you're doing, folks. We appreciate you all. Share this around, upshift and uplift the industry by being the most amazing version of you that there is. Remember, Car Gal Coffee is coming. On 2/22/21,
2/22/21.
Car guys and car gals, the car gals are coming through to shake up the game. You ain't ready for this. Thank you again so much for joining us. Good morning and have a great day, everybody. Brew Solutions, forgive, focus, fly, upshift and uplift. Make it do what it do. We love you. Thank you so much.